It's almost 6:30 and you're watching East Midlands Today.
Still to come, could you live without plastic packaging?
Well, with the poor recycling rates for plastic bottles causing concern, we meet a Derbyshire woman who is determined to do her bit for the environment. Saves all our glass jars and everything. It's worth watching.
Indeed.
Environmental and retail experts have been discussing with MPs this week how to improve the rate of plastic bottle recycling. Do you know, less than 60% of bottles are recycled in the UK, and the government's looking at ways to try and curb the millions of tonnes of plastic ending up in the world's oceans every year.
One woman in Derbyshire is determined to help, and so she is trying her best to rid her life of plastic packaging altogether, as Hannah Meredith's been finding out.
Can I have all the peas in there? Of course you can. Is it a large piece or a...
Sue is so committed to not using plastic, even the local chippy serves up her mushy peas without the polystyrene. After reading about the plastic languishing in our oceans back home, it was about eliminating plastic one step at a time.
I buy my toilet paper wrapped in paper now. I use metal, sometimes instead of a lunchbox. Paper tape instead of sellotape. I use an eco egg for washing instead of buying detergent in plastic bottles. And I make my own toothpaste, which seems to be sort of the thing that everybody's really interested in.
And glass jars aren't just for mushy peas. Down at the grocer's, she does all she can to avoid the swathes of plastic wrapping.
It's important to us because we want people to try and reduce down on throwaway items and help with recycling. It's the reason we sell all the stuff loose like this.
Earlier this week, experts met with MPs to discuss the fact that less than 60% of our plastic bottles are recycled, and they're looking at a deposit refund scheme, which means when you buy a bottle, part of that price will be returned to you when you take it back to the shop. But Sue has her reservations.
It's a start, but actually we can't carry on using oil for plastic, and we need to stop doing that for single-use plastic, definitely, as soon as we possibly can.
Shoppers in Belper are backing Sue's no plastic plight.
How much in a lifetime have we been building up, throwing away, that's just going in landfill? We've not got room for that amount of plastic that's never going to go away.
I'm all for brown paper bags.
I think we'd rely on plastic too much, but it's good for the environment, good for the oceans.
They may all agree, but the jury's out as to whether they could do the same.
Good for doing it, but I don't think I could do it.
That deposit scheme's great. I mean, remember when I was a kid, you got tuppence back on an empty bottle of dandelion and burdock?
Sound like you're 110 when you say that.
Yeah, well, it's to collect everyone else's bottles made a fortune.
Late news?
I'll be back with 10:30. See you then. Bye.
Bye then.